Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Blue Honor Vlog. I'm Kay Williams, author of Opdeck Operation Deceit, the Triloquia trilogy, and the Civil War drama called Blue Honor, which the vlog and my blog are named for. Thanks for coming back. In this month's episode, I am going to answer a question. What is your favorite age? Or what was your favorite age? For me, my favorite age was when I had finished college and had landed a decent job, or what I thought was a decent job, and was facing basically the rest of my life. Like everything just stretched way out ahead of me, and I felt really good. And it kind of came to me when I had was on my way home from work. I had just driven like 40 minutes on the highway, and I was at a light, just a few minutes from my house, and I stopped, and it was sunny, beautiful, and I just kind of really felt good. And that was something, for someone with anxiety and intermittent depression, you kind of really take notes of those top peaks. And I realized in that moment everything that I had ahead of me, and it was pretty great. I was 23, so that number for my family, is pretty common. My parents were married on a 23rd. My brother was born on a 23rd, so my birthday is a third, not a 23rd, but a third. But 23 felt so goddamn good. I can't even, you're such a kid still. College was just done. I graduated when I was 22. I had been a little frustrated getting my first job. I think a lot of college grads can empathize with that. I didn't struggle as long as a lot of people do today. It took a couple of years, but yeah, I was driving home. I mean, I can literally see it now, just looking up at the light and stuff, and being like, I am so happy right now in this moment. And I haven't felt similarly until more recently, when I, as you know, this year, hi, Tony's here, I placed in a couple of screenwriting contests, and my daughter, is with me, and things are looking really up, despite everything in 2020 just being an absolute bear for a lot of people. There were a couple of highlights actually for me, and I'm like, it's so tough and so typical that you have to, take all of this baloney and suffering with the good, and it's like it almost makes sure that you keep your lid on correct or something. But yeah, it was kind of a similar feeling, not as good, because it just wasn't as good as that moment when I was 23. It's my goal, to succeed and do well like that. But I think, I was so hopeful at 23, and facing like, I have the rest of my life ahead of me. You hope at least 60 years there. That would make me 83. 60, 70 years to go, and I have my whole life spread out before me that I get to go discover and find out what I'm going to do. And, now I'm like 45, and it's like, oh, where did that time go? But I've done so much since then, so I can't say that, I'm not pleased. I've done so much and accomplished so much, and it's great. But my favorite was 23, just all of that hope and potential and positivity and newness. Everything was new. It's like, oh my God, I have a new degree. I'm fresh out of college. It's like I've got this whole fresh start, and I can just, here I go. And, drive my car, and just, I got a car. It wasn't brand new, but it was my car. And everything was going well, and I was blessed. And I recognized that. And I think that that's why it was my favorite age, because I recognized so young how blessed and privileged I was in that moment, and that there were so many others struggling just to even get a modicum, you know. And it wasn't quite, you know, as bad as it has gotten. You know, the housing bubble didn't happen yet, the banksters, etc. I mean, things were on their way. And I shortly thereafter realized, you know, how difficult it was going to be for me to accomplish my goals, because there just was so much stuff set up, you know. Here's Pepper. So much stuff set up, you know, almost to make you fail. And I don't know why that is, but our system is so broken, and young people, you know, are facing a lot these days. And I don't think that many of them would say that 23 was their favorite age. Maybe if we get ourselves dug out and back on track, you know, we make the American dream real for everyone, then there will be a lot more people who can sit there and say, my favorite age was 23, and they deserve that. And I think that we have a lot of work to do to create that. And I'm hopeful, you know, that can happen. I don't think that just switching out one person for another in our leadership that is basically the same is going to do that. I think we have a lot of work to do in our towns and our state level, our local and state, to elect people who are actually going to bring change instead of saying nothing's fundamentally going to change. That's not acceptable, and we really need to push for that, because it does matter. We have a lot of young people coming up, and they need to live their lives as well, and they need to realize their futures. Plus, you're talking about our nation. If we're not competitive, if we're not productive, if we're not succeeding, this country is just gonna decay, and that's not okay. So 23 was my favorite age. Again, all that potential, happiness, and expectation. Not knowing what was coming and the hurdles, etc., to be faced. It was awesome, you know. And I hope that for other people who are coming up now and try to be, you know, active enough in voicing that opinion and doing things that will actually affect real, substantial, and necessary change, so they too can love, you know, 23. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click like, because that helps me be more visible. And if you have a question you'd like me to answer on the vlog, you can leave it in the comments below. I answer writer life questions. So if you have a question about writing or what it's like to be a writer, you can ask me those questions. All right, thank you.